My larger point, here's a text from a buddy of mine, and I wonder if people resonate with this. Really depressing to be a sports fan in general in this town right now. He says in the last 16 games played, the Steelers, Pitt football, and Pitt basketball are 0-16. 0-16. Sprinkle in the Pirates and Pens, and this is about as low as it gets. Paul Skeen's about the only highlight in this town right now. Bob, I don't know how you would describe sort of a unifying theme between all that, but for me it would be stagnation.
Stale. That's the word I use yesterday. Just a stale moment in time.
And people disbelieving that these teams can just keep doing what they're doing. Like, really, like we listened to Jim Rooney out of the Rooney family say the Steelers have overperformed the mean of the last 24 years, and it's going to be more of the same with Mike Tomlin, and more of the same with the Penguins, and more of the same with the Pirates, and more of the same with Narduzzi. It's just, I think people are just like, is this really happening? Why do they want to, you know what it is? Remember the movie, was it Network? Where the guy opens up the window and says, I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore.
That's what people were doing. Is
anybody seeing what we're seeing type of thing? What is happening? That's what I think it is, Bob.
Well, sports is a cyclical business, and I think, with regard to the Penguins, I think I had a feeling down the road this may come to exactly where we are. They traded a lot of picks to try to win. They won, but you knew there was a down payment that you had to make later. The credit card is now due. You got to pay that, and that's where they are, and they're trying to figure out how to change that. Well, this trade deadline and the offseason will tell you how they're going to do it if they are trying. And the Steelers are, in this spot, which people appreciate, I suppose, that you can actually be in contention till the end of the year. But for them, their standards, and they say it should be higher than that. If you're trying to justify that being just above average is okay, well, that's not going to be good enough for what people expect around here, and that's not what you've said over the years. So, you got to try to do things to shake things up, and that's what I would expect in this offseason. I think it's, this front office has got to make some moves. They got to show you where they're headed, and if they don't make any changes, why would you expect anything different?
Here's the crazy thing that I was thinking about last night, trying to unify between all of our teams. I think not only have the Steelers gone stale with this model of stability just for stability's sake, not getting them anywhere, I think that their model is influencing other teams. That's what I think. I think the Penguins look at them and say, we want to be them. We don't want to be willy-nilly firing coaches and all that stuff. We want to be them. I think the Pirates say we want to be them. I think Pitt football says we want to be them. It's crazy. Something that isn't working is being used and held high as the example.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
The example we all want to live down to or up to.
I don't think I'd want to go that far in saying that these teams are trying to emulate that, because if you do, then you're just going to be stagnant.
They're trying to emulate the model of alleged stability. I'm convinced the Penguins are. They want to be the Steelers of the NFL or the NHL.
But again, if you're going to do that and be stable in a game like hockey, it's different. There's not as much revenue coming in compared to some of these other sports. You need to sell the public on what you're trying to do, and the public will tell you, with not showing up and not paying for tickets, that they're not interested. So at some point, that's got to hit home with them. They need people in their building, unlike other sports.
At some point, when?
Well, I don't know.
Sullivan signed forever. You think he's going anywhere?
They could, if they choose, they can do a lot of things. Yeah,
of course,
they have money. Fenway Sports Group has a ton of money. If they want to make changes, they could make changes. If they're not doing it, then they're just playing the game you suggest they're playing. I don't know that I would look at it that way.
Where is all this stability getting our sports teams? Where is all this stability getting us? Derek Shelton has one of the worst records of any non-expansion manager through 5 years.
Was there a question there?
Of any manager or coach in the history of American sports, and he's back for a sixth year?
But his situation is influenced, I think, even more so than these other teams with what they have to work with and their willingness to spend to change it. They're not willing to do it.
He's back for a sixth year.
I understand that. Do you blame him for all of that goes wrong?
Of course I don't blame him.
So then why stop there? Get rid of everyone. if that's the case. Bob
Okay.
Nutting won't do it.
Where do you sign me
because
up
he's
for that?
interested
Where do you
in
sign me up?
He's interested in making money over winning.
Pat Narduzzi.
Sure, you want to win. You could say you want to win, and I believe him.
No, I know that.
But he's not.
Where is
following
all the
up.
stability getting you?